Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. If everybody can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, there are, Mayor. Due to some recent information, staff is requesting that we postpone the items 6.1 and 6.2 to a future meeting.
Okay, do we have council's approval of the agenda with the changes?
Yep.
I'll second that. Roll call, please.
Councilman Hedgecock,
Aye.
Mayor Horton,
Aye.
Councilman Schindler,
Aye.
Councilman Vosper,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez.
Aye.
Okay, we move on to the next item. Item number 2, awards, presentations, appointments, or proclamations. We have none tonight. Move on to item 3, citizens' comments. This section of the agenda allows members of the public to address the city council on any item within the jurisdiction of the council. Members of the public, when recognized by the mayor, should come forward to the lectern, identify themselves, and use the microphone. Comments are normally limited to 3 minutes in accordance with state open meeting laws. No action will be taken by the city council this evening, and all items will be referred to staff for a follow-up and a report. Citizens' comments submitted in writing to the city clerk by 5 p.m. on the day of the city council meeting shall be distributed to the city council and included in the record. However, they will not be read. Do we have any comments? Anyone on Zoom?
We don't take comments.
Okay. Council? Good. Okay, we'll move on to our next item. Public hearings, we have none. Item number 5, we have one item tonight for the consent calendar. It's City Council authorization to a one-time water sale to Westside Mutual Company, LLC, for excess USBR water supply. What would council like to do?
I'd just like to ask a question about it. Okay, so I know the public is wondering how and why we're selling water, and also why we're selling it so cheap when we just turned around and last year bought a ton of water. So just for we have absolutely researched this as a council, and we understand what's going on, but for the public's information, if we could have Sean explain.
Yeah, so the city gets an annual allocation of 10,000 acre feet, and water usage is down. We typically, historically, we're maybe close to 4,000 acre foot and maybe a little bit higher for water usage. So we typically have, in what they call an unconstrained year, typically have extra water. And this year is unique because not only do we have extra water, everyone has extra water. And so it's like an open market. When there's no water, water can be really expensive, as we learned. But when there's a lot of water, typically, it's not as, a lot of people have water. And so we had reached out. We know that we had excess water. We're in the last month of our water year. So the water year ends at the end of February. And so in order to try and attempt to boost our historical use, which is normally calculated on unconstrained years, in a year like this, we'd like to try to show that we've utilized more than basically what we use for municipal and industrial water. So we reached out, we got the word out, and there were some folks that called back. And one of the groups was the Westside Mutual Water Company, who's working with the out of Kern County, who will then sell that water. Essentially, they're collective together, the Kern Tulare Water District, who will be the end user of that water. And so with that, we're going to be selling 4,400 acre foot with our typical, which we've done with other farmers. Westlands is that $25 margin. Especially in typically this is what we would normally do in a higher water year where we have a lot more allocation. It could be different based on market considerations or market situation, but in this case, the $25 per acre foot would be over and above the cost of the water to deliver it.
And we can't save the water, right?
No, we do have a call into or an email into USBR to look at a possibility of carrying over at 1,000 acre feet, which is 10%. But we haven't received confirmation. But even with this 4,400, we should be able to carry over some water. But the way it looks, I can't guess right now. But I would imagine with the amount of water that are in the reservoirs right now, we'd be looking at a pretty high allocation this coming year too. And we should be finding that out soon. We'll let the council know.
And our water fund desperately needs the sale of the water, correct?
Yeah, as we understand, like during drought, we've had rate increases during drought because of the fact that revenues drop when we use less water. Unfortunately, our water usage this year is about the same as it almost was last year, which was a very dire year, as we all recall. So yeah, revenues are down. So this definitely helps with trying to offset the enterprise fund.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, seeing none, do we have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez,
Aye.
Councilman Schindler,
Aye.
Councilman Hedgecock,
Aye.
Councilman Vosper,
Aye.
Mayor Horn.
And I vote aye. Okay, we move on to item number 6, ordinance presentation, discussion, and potential action items. We have none tonight. Item number 7, announcements. Are there any city manager announcements?
Nope.
Council members, any announcements or reports?
Just wanted to say that the Super Bowl's this weekend, and if anyone could take it in their heart to pray for the 49ers, because we're California, that'd be awesome.
Okay, and my announcements are it's going to be a repeat of 4 years ago, just so you know. Okay, we'll move on to our next one. Number 8, future agenda items. Are there any future agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move on to closed session. We have none tonight. We have nothing for a closed session report as well. With that being said, the meeting is adjourned until next Thursday, the 15th.